Hey, it's Tim, Pickup Truck Plus SUV Talk, and I'm really excited today. I get to drive this. Well, in this. All right, so I'm not so concerned with the Grand Wagoneer. You find videos on that on this channel. This is the L though, so you have a little more cargo room in this vehicle than we have the other vehicles. But what I'm excited for, right the hood, this is the current new 3-liter inline-six twin turbo Hurricane engine, made it to an 8-speed transmission. In this configuration, we have this high output. This is 510 horsepower, 500 foot-pounds torque. In this video, we're gonna do a lot more driving and tell you more details about this. But basically, the keys are, this is gonna replace the Pentastar V6. We have 30% better emissions than we do the 6.4-liter HEMI that's in this vehicle currently. We have 30% better emissions. We get 2 miles per gallon better combined. And because this goes to a 30.4-inch tank, we get 570 miles of range with that fuel economy. So to me, it seems like it's kind of a good idea. But let's go for a drive and see if we really like this, or if I'm gonna be heartbroken, because I love the name. I think it's cool. Let's get to all that right now. All right, now behind the wheel of the Grand Wagoneer L, but in this case, I've driven this vehicle. You can find other videos on this channel on this vehicle. I wanted to talk about the powertrain, because this is the Rock Me Like a Hurricane engine. All right, it's the coolest name ever for engines. I'm with Jeep's Sarah over here. We're talking about the Wagoneer, or I'm sure Wagoneer brand, whatever we're talking about these days. But anyways, we have this 3-liter inline-six twin turbo engine. Now this happens to be the high output. So we have 510 horsepower.
510.
500 foot-pounds torque.
500 pound-feet of torque.
Yes,
yep.
I'm nailing it this morning.
Good.
We have an 8-speed automatic transmission in this, and what I really was curious about is on this engine, what it's going to be like as far as power delivery, because it's replacing the Pentastar V6 in this vehicle and future vehicles. I know it, it's coming. Count on it, put it in the bank. I said it here first, boom. 1500 is gonna have it, and I will own that truck when it does. We've been driving just a short period of time here, and I'm gonna get the stop sign here in a minute. And I want to take you a little bit off the line speed. So we said it was a half second quicker than the HEMI?
Yeah, this one is about a tenth of a second faster, and then the Wagoneer is a full second faster.
And yeah, so the Wagoneer has a 5.7 liter V8, and this one has a 6.4 liter V8.
Yeah.
Which is, it's a great engine. I drove it. It was a lot of fun. My only concerns with that engine was, wasn't very good fuel economy and premium fuel. Woo! That is an expensive fill-up, folks. But off-line speed in this inline-six, and my goodness.
I mean, like my face just went back.
Yeah, I mean, we have a 6,000 pound vehicle, and we can do that in a 6,000 pound vehicle without having a big thirsty V8 under the hood. I love a V8 rumble. I love that appeal of it, but man, these inline sixes these days are so freaking good, and I am super excited about this. I mean, I did a little bit driving. I'm gonna do a little drive here a little bit more, and I'm telling you, offline speed is nice. It's nice and smooth. It's really impressive, as I thought it was gonna be. And the big kicker is passing speeds. That's the biggest thing I noticed is, a lot of people talk about offline speed, and that's great and that's cool, but really the key here is going to be your passing speed, in that you can get around vehicles and pass at highway speeds. All right, so again, back on the road with this Wagoneer, Grand Wagoneer, excuse me, with the inline-six turbo. I want to talk about something. I want to slow down here for a second. I'm going to do, like, say I'm driving 55 miles an hour, okay? About there we go, 55 miles an hour. And then let's say I want to pass somebody, and that's usually the case where you get over, and sometimes you have turbo lag happen, sometimes you have some weird things, the engine doesn't perform quite right. But in this case, it's a very, very subtle delay, and then boom, I was doing 75 right there. So within those few seconds, I was able to get up to speed, just a touch the delay, and I was in sport mode, so a little bit faster. So maybe if I'm in auto mode, we'll go down to 55 again. So auto mode is like basically in normal mode, and so I'm doing 50 when I get on it. Yeah, it's a little bit more delay than you would sport mode, but not bad at all, and it just picks up. One of the nice things that happens in this vehicle, unlike other full-size SUVs, is that the dampeners work really well. So when you smash the gas, you're not looking at the sky. You have that experience where you have the weight distributing is kind of weird, and you end up lifting the front end when you get too much horsepower going in the front. In this case, when I'm smashing the gas, it feels very planted. I'm not raising the sky. When I hit the brakes, I'm not like flying forward where I'm having the rear end push me forward. It feels like a very planted vehicle. That happens to do a lot with dynamics, the size of the vehicle, and the dampeners instead of with the shock and suspension. But overall, I mean, I don't understand how this doesn't replace V6s throughout the lineup, and I still think it's going to eventually replace the HEMI based on some CO2 emissions. I got some numbers for you. We're going to talk more about that here in a minute. All right, I'm going to interrupt my video because I want to talk about something here. I wanted to look at the emissions and fuel economy benefits of this Hurricane engine versus the 6.4 liter it's replacing. So I reached out to Jeep and I got the number, the CO2 with the twin turbo inline-six Hurricane with 510 horsepower and 500 foot-pounds of torque was 566 grams per mile. Now, like it or hate it, but automakers are being judged by grams of CO2 emitted per mile for emissions, and that also impacts fuel economy. They're kind of one and the same. They work together a little bit on that. From the various CAFE reports I've read, things over the years from the EPA. So I thought, okay, we have 566 grams. We have 14 city, 17 combined, 20 highway fuel economy. Let's go see what the Grand Wagoneer gets currently. So I'm just doing some searching here on cars.com. Walked over to another site here, and I'll put it on my screen. And we have a Grand Wagoneer Series 3 from Corf, wherever Corf is. Anyways, that was interesting. First, the price. Oh, my goodness. Quite a bit of money there. But this has the 6.4 liter V8 engine, 13 city, 18 highway. So I thought, well, let's look at the Monroney, because the Monroney, or the sales sticker, it's right here. The vehicle emits 602 grams of CO2 per mile. So not really that much better. They said it was 13% at the event we were at. I got 6% improvement. So I don't know what they're talking about. And I thought, let's go to fuel economy here, and we can look at some differences and see all in one screen. So this is fueleconomy.gov. You can see the 3-liter 6-cylinder engine, what they're calling the Hurricane engine, 15 city, 21 highway, 17 combined. And then the 6.4 liter V8, the big guy, gets 15 combined, 13 city, 19 highway. So not really that much better. And what's frustrating about both these engines is right here. The 6.4 liter took premium gas, and they're saying this new Hurricane is going to take premium fuel as well in that 510 horsepower and 500 foot-pounds of torque configuration. Well, that's a little frustrating. So that's the engine I'm hoping will eventually be in more products like the Ram 1500 truck, and there's no way I'm doing premium fuel in that. Not going to happen. So I don't understand really the big benefit the Hurricane engine they're really offering here. It seems like the excitement was a lot on this engine, but look at the numbers and stats, and gee golly, it kind of calms me down. It doesn't get me as fired up. All right, and there you go. There's my quick first taste of this 3-liter inline-six twin turbo engine called the Hurricane, which is like literally the best name ever. For more, check the videos over here, website down below, pickuptrucktalk.com. As always, thanks for watching. I will see you down the road.